The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, the showdown everyone's been waiting for between the unpracticed Cameron Wilson and the slightly less unpracticed Caleb Schweiss. Who wins? Who dies? Find out next.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another. Dark soul glide. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan, the ultimate video game podcast. I am your host,
Nudity.
Caleb.
I'm your
Schweiss.
host, Joseph Gillier.
Caleb Craig.
Cameron.
And today we're going to be doing our Rocksmith challenge / Rocksmith review. We've been playing this game, quote unquote, for months now. I played it a bunch in the beginning, but once it started getting pushed back, I no longer had quite as much time. And I don't know. For some reason, after the 2 months, I just stopped playing it.
Well, let's just take this as, kind of an example of how life can go. We have goals, we have deadlines, and you can't procrastinate it because the day will come, and then you'll be sat there in front of this fucking TV screen and a guitar not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
And then this is life. You have to work towards your goals or else you're just fucked.
Yeah, and, the goal wasn't really to play Hangar 18. I mean, that's what we're going to do today. I didn't think, okay, in 60 days, I'm going to play that song. I'm going to have it down. I thought, okay, in 60 days, I'm going to know if I could ever play the guitar in a realistic sense. And I have found that out, and I look forward to talking about that more than anything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how close to that were you sticking, though, the 60 days?
For the first month, I was right on it. And then after that, I started to fall behind. And then I would do catch-up days where I would do like an hour and a half instead of the hour.
Yeah, the catch-up days.
And then on like Sundays, some mornings, I would do a couple hours. But I honestly, I don't know. There were times where I found myself getting better after taking a little bit of a break. Like a couple days, I'd take a few days off and I'd come back and I'd actually play the song much more efficiently and more proper with my finger placements and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe it's the forgetting bad habits thing, or
Oh no, Joe, you've taught guitar.
I'm pretty sure it's the forgetting bad habits thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still have bad habits. If there's a chord that has the same string.
If you had good habits, you would get better and better and better.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about Rocksmith is there isn't
a teacher
that
going,
element. Yeah,
There isn't a teacher who can actually see if you're doing the fucking thing wrong, but the training videos do help, though, with some technique.
yeah, they do.
That's true.
It's just you don't remember. You get through the training video, you finish it, and you're done.
That's why
I don't go back.
So the goal is we're reviewing this. Hey, can it make you better in 60 days? Yes or no? But it's not whether or not this would replace an actual teacher teaching you.
Actually, it kind of is whether or not it would replace an actual. And I argue that were you dedicated enough, which I wasn't either. I didn't keep to it either.
It's hard. Life happens.
Were you dedicated enough, then this program, I think, would be able to teach you guitar. That mixed with some YouTube videos, maybe.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to have a teacher. In fact, people for many, many, many successful guitarists have claimed that they never had teachers.
Right.
And that they learned by ear and they learned by figuring it out. I mean, sometimes they still have bad habits.
But like, let's say learning by ear, how do you figure out chords just by ear? Like knowing where to
You
place
just
your
know the
fingers?
chords after a while.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you know what they sound like.
Chords,
And
I
you
would
can
say.
you can hear the separate notes within them, and you can try to figure out how to play it.
Okay.
You got to know the tuning and stuff like that too, though. For me, that's my biggest problem. I can't tell what a song is necessarily tuned at, so Rocksmith is really helpful for that. Because I mean, you can get a little tuner and you can look up and say, oh, they have it as E standard or E flat or whatever the fuck. And you can tune your guitar to that, but I can't pick that up yet.
It takes a few years, I think, of building that up.
Yeah.
Building up your ear training, which is a separate sort of function. And it's a function that makes rock guitar or blues guitar. It is the thing that is behind all of that. Because if you want to shred on the guitar, you got to know what the key is, or and in order to mess around past that, either you have to know your guitar is in tune and know all the methods and stuff, or you can just go, this sounds right and I know what I'm doing.
Because a lot of the famous solos, it's just the lead guitarist exploring the fretboard, right?
Yeah, and it's impossible to sit there and try to play it by ear if you don't know the tuning. You're just like, no, this isn't right. I can't do this. It's because it could have been. You could have been close, but it wasn't tuned.
Eventually, if you're sitting down with a guitar teacher, if I'm picking up what you're talking about, a guitar teacher for tuning, you'll tune to the guitar teacher's guitar. So he'll just go bang on one string, and then you have to figure out, and you have to wait until there's a beautiful little moment when it's on pitch that your ear will pick up on, and you're like, oh, that's it. And eventually you can know, okay, this is E tuning, right? E standard tuning, which is what the guitar is in.
Yeah.
And then you know that the song Enter Sandman is in E tuning, and you just hear Enter Sandman in your head after hearing it a million times. And then you can know exactly what E is and what it sounds like and how the rest of the guitar is supposed to sound in general.
Yeah.
So there's tricks to it, and there's ear training would probably be very hard on Rocksmith. You're definitely not building up that skill. That skill is built up by playing CDs and going, I'm going to figure this out.
Right. Yeah. However, there is a preferred method to set up Rocksmith with your speakers to give you the most realistic sound possible and the correct timing with it too. So I'm wondering if we had just fucking gone all out with a sound system, if that could be possible.
You would have to be paying hard attention to not just where your fingers are, but also what it sounds like.
Exactly.
Which, they're two different skills. Honestly, they're two different skills. Mm-hmm. And the ear training one, it comes naturally to a lot of people. It came naturally to me. But then sometimes people have to build that up separately. Mm-hmm. So it's two different paths that have to come together. When you're learning, I think, almost any instrument... because when the main violinist starts playing in an orchestra, you have to tune to that, so you have to be able to hear what that is.
Right. And then I think I have some of that. It's not trained up, but I could sit at a piano and dink around for a little bit and tell them, oh, this particular note sounds familiar. And I can reconstruct just with single keys kind of the gist of the song. Yeah. And then just stuff like that. And no chords or anything, just single notes.
What are the things at the bottom of piano for? I have not played piano. Little steps. Is that
long notes and cutoff notes and
there's a pedal that makes it reverberate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see on the sheet music when there's a line going over it. That's when it's telling you to do that. There's one that makes it quiet, and I don't remember what the third one is.
Okay, so there's no tuning or anything. It's just straight up. It's all the notes because it's all the different tunes.
A piano tuner, a guy who goes around and does that. They have to tune the whole piano from the inside.
Okay, sweet. So that would be...
It's different.
It would be less of a pain in the ass, I bet. Although to be
you would never have to tune the piano.
Yeah, you never have to.
Well, you do every 5-10 years.
And then if you move it too, they suggest that you tune it. You have the whole fucking range right there in front of you. It's not like you have to turn a little key into I'm going to do this and drop whatever on the piano. And it's weird
because when we were tuning the drums, I was totally fine with tuning the drums. That made sense to me because it's all just one note, right? Yeah. It's one thing. But with this, I'm just maybe it's because I haven't really tried for a long time since I started playing Rocksmith. I haven't just grabbed the guitar and listened to a song and tried to find out where it is.
I think that's part of
maybe that's
people who have that desire, who just want to play. They will sit there with that song and work it out themselves. I've seen Joe do that several times. He'll be sitting there in his room playing a song, and I hear him try to play it. Then he rewinds it back to that part until again. Then I've heard him have that got it moment too.
Yeah.
Yep. Make me sound way better than I am. Thank you. So, real quick, you can find us at facebook.com/Nude Clan Podcast, Nude spelled NEWD there, or you can just search for us. Twitch.tv/Nude Clan Gaming. You can also go to nudeclan.net, where you can join our forums, give a comment on our blog, or even support the show. We had someone click through Amazon, bought something, and we got 90 cents off of it.
Oh, yeah.
So, given that the show costs, just for the hosting fees, $15 to $20 a month?
We're
depending
almost
on the
there,
month. We made a little bit of that money back. So, we appreciate the person who went through Amazon. We saw you.
Yes.
And we appreciate it. We don't see who you are, by the way. We just see what you buy.
Yeah, well, we saw the we see the link.
So we're gonna see
You have some
dildos
fucking
and-
messed up shit, man.
The weirdest thing I've seen through Ultimas was someone bought some like strange cat toys, like really elaborate cat toys. And I was like, okay. It was like $80, so it was totally worth it. I'm like, yeah. Buy more strange, elaborate cat toys.
Like, what are you talking about? Strange,
We're
elaborate
trying
cat
to make
toys.
him. We're trying to get him to use the thing, and I don't think telling him. I don't think telling him we
that'd be-
know what they.
That would be a fucking awesome
know what
segment.
you
What
buy.
have our users bought this time? Our top 10 purchases by users to weird us out.
You know what? I like that. I like that idea. If enough people use the Amazon account, we'll maybe we can do contests like,
Yeah.
hey, if you bought a glass dildo.
Send us a screenshot of the order, and we'll send you a prize. That's a great idea. Yeah,
I think Adam Carolla did something like that. That's not my idea. But yeah, we could do something like that. That'd be fun.
Man, you guys are just into some fucked up shit.
Or
like
you
best order of the year. It's like a combo of 3 items, whatever 3 items you can
Oh
do.
yeah, the best 3 items freak us out.
Can you
like
see
a
what they have on their
clothes
final order, like
hanger
a
and
group of things, or
mop
can you only see individual things?
I don't think you can see what.
Can you see their entire cart when they check out?
No, we can't.
I don't think so.
It's
I
a
think you
bulk.
just see
Okay.
random items.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
just a
so
random-
we
So
wouldn't
people
know.
went through
Yeah.
this and purchased these items.
Oh, so you can't see which items they purchased in that one go.
No.
It's
Okay,
all-
only
It
this
won't
individual
say
item.
this person did, because you can't
Okay.
see who did it.
So we don't know who does in groups then. We don't know if someone bought like a pack of things.
It doesn't matter.
I know, but they were saying like who buy a group of things to weird us out. So we can't do that.
They could be in. They would be in succession from each other, though. It's like from most recent.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know when one order stops, another began.
But they could show us. All right, item it is. Item it'll have to remain.
But we won't. Yeah, we don't know who you are. It's
Yeah,
fine.
so it's not really that
So,
weird. It's
yeah,
only
don't
kind
worry
of
about
weird.
it. You can buy whatever you want, and we'll just laugh about it.
Yes.
And you don't have to worry. Where
I wonder
where
what
else
the
are
biggest
we?
bucket of lube available online is.
It's fucking huge.
It's like an invasion of the Astroglide monster. I got to do that commentary today. I am at Joseph DeGolier, by the way, on Twitter.
Me at Obsidian Bar.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh shit!
It's a fucking. That is disturbing. Okay,
A
I
bear.
searched. Massive. What was it? What was it?
Oh my god! That's not like car lube.
Bucket
That's-
of lube Amazon. And this is a 50-gallon drum. Of
55
passion.
gallon.
55-gallon drum of water-based lubricant.
It's like 730
Oh my
bucks.
god. That's awesome.
So if you want to bathe in lube,
Well, hey, if you're in the industry
Well,
of
that
lubing
stuff-
things up, like if you're in the porn
Oh
industry,
yeah, that's a good idea. Porn industry.
Free
Yeah.
scheduled delivery, though. That's nice.
and I do know.
it's nice to know
I
when
do
you're
know
gonna
that.
get your
I do know that institutions like hospitals need lubricant too to get certain things in certain places when
Yeah,
they're
but you
doing
still
stuff
don't
for
want
you.
them to have a bucket. Like a bucket is like
It's very-
hey, bacteria, come here.
Yeah, it's not very
What,
sterile.
what do you think? They got an oil drum?
No,
Yeah,
that's just a plastic.
What if they got like a
drum.
tap on it on the bottom and it's
Yeah, you're like,
just fill up the thing and stay on your
Keg.
merry way.
Nice.
What I'm
lube.
thinking though is that you would fill up bottles with it. You would use it so like you could put a keg tap on it, pressurize it a little bit, and then just have your own little bottles and
oh,
fill
yeah, it's
them
like
up.
your refill station.
Yeah, it's your refill station.
Yeah, okay. All right, anyway, where do we get to with the Twitters?
I think
Taylor?
we're on yours.
Yeah, it's yours now.
At UFF Podcast for me.
And you can check out our other shows, Ultima Final Fantasy, the Godzilla podcast, and Super Sexy Swingin' Fanfiction, which is going to be celebrating its 100th episode this week.
Yeah.
So
Fun
if you
stuff.
want some true comedy, Super Sexy Swingin' Fanfiction is the way to go. All right, what has everybody been playing?
Well, I've been playing Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
I've seen a lot of commercials for that. They're really pushing it, and it looks amazing.
Yes, they are.
What about Night Sex Mankind Comes Together?
I always play Night Sex.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would you play it? Because it's probably like the alternate ending to Deus Ex, the one where you have to put on glasses to see the
Probably.
true image before you.
Yeah. I've also been playing a little bit of Diablo 3, and I have been playing Grand Theft Auto 5, giving that a try.
Oh, nice. For PS4?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you'd love it. Jake loved it too. He popped onto the stream for a little bit and was pissed off that I was playing the PS4 version.
Yeah.
Is Jake ever not pissed off?
No.
I don't think there's a single time, no.
All right. What about
That's it, so.
what about you, Cameron?
I have actually 2 weeks to report. I've been playing a little bit of survival mode on Fallout 4. I have been playing a little bit of No Man's Sky as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been
You bought
enjoying
it?
Yeah.
Oh, you poor soul.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
I'm enjoying it. Is that what
It falls off according to most people, but we'll see.
No, I know. I can see where the grind gets going, but we are the ones who appreciate that grind.
You know, I know this has nothing to do with your grind right now, except for maybe grinding my gears. If I
really
could say
grinds your
so.
gears?
Here's a regular pencil.
I'm trying to set up the paper so that we can review this godforsaken game. And the fucking Caleb not only has an obsession with the mechanical pencils, which may be the scum of the earth, but on top of that, they're always like fucking busted at the top. And this thing's ink, or this fucking lead. I'm sorry, ink would be much better. The fucking lead, every time I press it, it's like just a little too long, so that when I try to write, it snaps off. I'm getting so fucking frustrated over here. God.
Just get a knife.
You gotta know what to do with it, man.
No, you have no idea. We had
I have an idea.
No, you have no idea, because there was a point when we were like fucking trying to scrounge for a goddamn writing utensil. And every single one of Caleb's mechanical pencils, like the end was like Jude. It was like Jude, and you would like press on the pencil to try to get the lead out, and it wouldn't come out.
It was chewed? It was smash
It's
your pencils?
smashed. It's
Okay.
smashed, yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
What I did is I like cleaned my nails with the tips, and for some reason
my
that like
God.
wore it down. Yeah.
Oh, I want lead under my fingernails. That seems like a
It's
good idea.
graphite. Come on. It's fine.
So, all I'm saying is like, can you just please, I just want you to try pens.
I have pens. I have one pen that I use.
Pens.
Man, my pens though. I went to buy my favorite pens just for school. Like I had to make that.
Are they like
concession.
the $8 pens?
No, they're the zebra ones, the F0 something ones, with the aluminum body.
Okay, yeah.
I like those a lot. I just like a good pen. I use the
A good
word
pen
bristles.
is nice, but no
Yeah.
one loses pens faster than I do. So, admittedly, I don't chew the ends off, but I do lose them.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm glad that you do have a regular pencil that exists in
but
your
it's
house.
not sharpened.
Unfortunately,
with no eraser.
it is. The end of it is just. It's like a.
Just get a knife and sharpen it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, my pocket knife that I carry around.
There's a kitchen knife in there.
Yes, I am a Boy Scout, right? I should be able to
Yeah.
take care of that.
Carry your chip card or whatever it is with you everywhere.
All right, did you play anything else, Cameron?
And then I did play and beat Symphony of the Night.
Oh, man.
Yeah, technically you beat it.
I had credits and swinging saxophone music to celebrate with.
It is pretty sweet music.
I'm going to keep playing Symphony of the Night because I do know there's more. I like half of a game left that I haven't seen, so that's what I want to do.
All right.
And that is it. That's all I played.
That's it.
All right. Well, I've been playing a decent array of games this week. I started off by playing Diablo 3. Just for a little bit. Just for a teeny bit. I am enjoying that so far.
I saw you. Were you guys both playing it together?
For a little bit.
Yeah, for like a half hour.
And then it got really stupid, and I got tired of playing it with him. So I moved on and played the game the right way, and it was fun.
We were power leveling him.
Hey, how about you say that away from the mic even more?
I will.
Power leveling him.
Yeah, we were
Thank
power leveling. Yeah.
So I played a touch of that. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XI. We've been kind of stuck on this weird requirement that makes us wait days to do quests.
Okay.
So that's been really slowed down. And with that, I played Rocksmith a couple times, and I played Symphony of the Night.
There is a requirement to make you go slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is going to be a huge rant about this coming out on Monday on Ultimate Final Fantasy, so I'll give you the short version. In this new expansion, there's these things called imprimaturs. These imprimaturs, no, it is that fucking stupid, by the way. These imprimaturs drop every 6 hours, so you get 4 a day, with a max of 15 that you can hold at a time. You spend the imprimaturs to do quests, and you have to spend so many imprimaturs, which of course you only have 15, and they only drop 1 for every 6 hours. You have to spend from 20 to 80. It's a random number for your player. It doesn't fucking matter. Some people claim less, some people claim more, and some people say, hey, if you have a higher fame level in this area, it'll be even easier. But there's no actual proof for that. They just say, well, meh.
Yeah.
What that means is that it can take a max of 20 days to get past. There's 2 quests or 2 missions while we're trying to beat this expansion that have an imprimatur spending requirement. Now, we both got past the first one. We're waiting on the second one. The second one can be up to 80 imprimaturs. So that's up to 20 days of us just waiting around doing these little quests, but we can't wait. We can't wait till the end of 20 days.
You have to
and then
log
come
on
do
every
it.
day.
We have to log on every 3.5 days so that we don't waste imprimaturs.
That just sounds like a really ass of a way to say, hey, how can we extend the length of our game, and 2, have lots of returned users?
Yes! That's
Yeah.
what it is, and it's fucking bullshit!
Of course,
Oh,
that's the whole
God.
point of an MMO, is to return and be there all the time.
You can't beat our game unless you come back every fucking day to
doing
play.
that, though. They could give us better
This
or
is-
more content, or
Yeah.
that's easily accessible, that tells you, okay, go try doing this or go here. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
How about the fun part? Instead, it's like,
Honestly,
This is like an EA level of douchebag.
I still
No, it's
stand.
bad.
I still stand by the idea that we should just be doing Rhapsodies and not finish Rhapsodies. Just wait to finish it until the very end, and then just
I'm going to grind on some error points this Sunday a little bit, I think.
yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to try to do.
I'll do a bit of that, dude. The XP dropped too, so we're not.
So it's like half of what it used to be.
Yeah, and it's like, oh god.
Well, maybe then I'll just be waiting for imprimaturs to let me through. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you, obviously, but
Yeah, so that's what 11's doing to us right now, which is why I think both of us have played more games this week.
yeah, I'm like, wow, I have time. Oh, I also played Call of Duty Classic. That's right. Played that for like an hour.
You played Call of Duty Classic?
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't. I want this to happen.
Was it called Classic when it came out?
I don't think so.
I miss our LAN parties. When can we go back to some nice old game and just fucking have fun for fun's sake?
Caleb and I were literally talking about this before the podcast.
I miss that. I miss knife battles on Rust. I miss it.
There's 2 things that are in the way. First off, it's schooling at odd times, and second off, this man who is a slave to his job, apparently.
So am I.
This Caleb Craigie of a man who used to just miss his jobs, but with this job, he, for some odd reason,
Why are you stroking my hair?
is very
Yeah, going for the boob. Here, let me make it easier
they have
for you.
the audience has no idea what you're talking about.
He's pulling his boob out of his shirt. It's quite hairy. He's
Yeah.
been a hairy guy for a long time.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the hair? A little hair?
It's like when you're
Some of that
14 years
70s
old, you don't
action?
need boob hair.
I don't know, man. I had it. I had some chest hair when I was like,
You know what's
13,
fucking ridiculous?
14.
There's a kid named Tom. Do you remember?
Kid named Tom.
Do you remember Tom from
Some
junior
call
high?
me
I do
Tom.
remember.
You remember Tom? He I think he went to Afghanistan for a little while. He was in the army.
Oh.
I can't remember his last name. Otherwise,
Then he found out he was actually Arabic because he's so
Tom,
hairy.
that motherfucker, he made me feel so self-conscious in like 6th or 7th grade. I hit puberty early, like really early. I started hitting puberty in like 4th grade and then just like shot up past everybody else. And now, of course, everybody else shot up past me, which is real nice. Which just seems to be the thing. If you hit puberty early,
you're short.
You're now the shortest person.
Isn't that like what happens to bullies? They're the big kids in elementary school, and all of a sudden they're the little kids.
Yeah, I think it's probably the ones that hit puberty early because you're an asshole when you hit puberty. So I had hair on my legs, right? And Tom, the dick, was like made fun of you. Dude, you have so much hair on your leg. Like,
it's awesome.
And he made fun of me for having hair on my legs. And now I'm an adult and I still feel weird about...
I was going to make a joke about that.
I still feel weird not putting on pants. Like, if I put on shorts, there is a part of me that's like...
I feel weird about not wearing pants just because my legs are super wide. But hair?
Well, my legs are wider than yours are, I'm sure. But yeah, I have. By the way, it's very light blonde hair. It's not like
life has been so mean to him.
Yeah,
life has just been so mean to Joe.
No, dude, I think when I was like 16, I had twice as much chest hair as like everyone else in my family. What's my hair doing?
Looks like you have a fucking comb over. Is what it looks like.
Oh.
I think someone needs a haircut.
Yeah, probably.
I do too.
I'm going to donate my hair. I have to wait till it's long enough.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I want to do that at least one time before I go bald.
Caleb has this. If you guys seen his hairline where it comes up real good on the sides and the front kind of comes down further on his forehead.
Peak, yeah.
He has a really pronounced one, and it's like kind of long and wispy. So not super long, and it's brushed to the side over the patch that doesn't have hair.
And
so it's technically a comb over.
And I haven't showered, so my hair starts to like stick together, and it looks even worse.
Really gross.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at this tuft going out there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't say anything because my hair gets super curly now when I let it grow out.
Yeah, your hair is pretty bad. You have like a mega Jufro when you let yours grow out, and it's like it's weird. It doesn't ever fall. I have to go get a cut. I have this part of my hair will just super curl. If I'm
this
not
part
careful.
of your hair. I want the audience at home to know that this part of his hair curls.
The top side. Like, yeah.
Okay. Did you play any other games or?
I don't think so. I mean, I didn't even open a Pokemon Go or anything. I'm done with that shit.
Now we come to me.
What did you play, Joe?
Well, I besides the fact that I make no money now, and I'm hoping for a big payday with Ultimate Final Fantasy. That's never going to come because we're always spending it on, the show. Unfortunately, I spent $20 on my 2DS with some classic games, classic in quotes, games. Mm-hmm. Now, the first thing I did was I called you and I said, Craig.
Yeah.
What games are absolute must-plays? And Caleb said...
Just check the store.
Okay, that is not what Caleb said.
That is exactly what I
Caleb said Pokemon. Caleb argued for...
I said check the store. There is literally a section that says essentials.
Okay. He argued his point. I know, I went through it. I was like, that's why I'm in this situation. I don't know what to get. I had to put $20 into the store in order to buy shit.
I told you to go for like the big Nintendo games like Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, Star
Pokemon,
Fox.
and Pokemon.
I did. You asked me about the Pokemon
I bought
games.
myself my first Pokemon game ever. I bought Pokemon Yellow because apparently it was close to the show, and I have a vague memory of the first season of Pokemon. So Ash Ketchum has the really pissed off Pikachu that won't go into the Pokeball, and in the end he finds Mewtwo and Mew, and they have a big epic battle, and then Ash gets turned to stone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got myself Pokemon Yellow for $10, which is overpriced for that game. By the way, it's not. It's a game that number one looks like shit, and number two is boring. Oh my god, that game is boring. Look, Cameron is nodding his head yes
because you don't understand.
I've never played Pokemon before.
I told you guys, I open a Pokemon game. My first goal is to catch a fucking Magikarp and and then evolve into Gyarados, and I'm done. That's my fun. That's my enjoyment I've gotten from the game.
I don't like it. The idea of spending so many hours just going past the first Pokemon that's, of course, going to be like, Pikachu is OP as fuck. And so, like, the idea of, like, why do I even need to touch these other Pokemon? Why do I need to get other Pokemon? I could beat everything with Pikachu.
No, you can't.
And so, like, and all I'm seeing are fucking these grass Pokemon, and Caleb's like, you just have to go further in order to get anything besides that. And it's like, fuck you. I've played this game for 2 hours, and that's all I see are fucking grass Pokemon, Pidgeys, and Rattatas. That's all I see. And I have no idea. I understand the time sync version of this, where, like, you have your sad little life in, like, junior high, and all you have is this game, and all you have are your Pokemon
No, it's seriously
friends.
a real thing.
But my God, is this game ridiculous? Like, the concept of Pokemon
You want to hear how long it
is
beats?
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Estimate for the main story:
What?
27 and a half hours.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, dude, I
Go
felt
for
the
it.
same thing when I started playing Blue.
Yeah, I was-
It's grindy as
And the
fuck.
and the story, by the way, is mine. Professor Oak going, my nephew is your rival, by the way. He just says that to Ash. And then Gary's like, ha, Ash, you suck my balls. And then Gary just, like, runs off.
I don't think he says
That's
that.
the story.
He was given a rival. He was
So-
given one. He didn't even get to. They could have been friends.
So unlike
You
a
never
Final
know.
Fantasy game, which is similar, random battles, and you got the turn-based combat, Final Fantasy game has a story that's pulling you along. It also has, different enemies as you're going along, in less than 20 miles of real life walking to get there. And by the way, Final Fantasies look good. Pokemon Yellow, it's a Game Boy Color game, which Game Boy Color really just means Game Boy barely any color.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two colors in Game Boy Color. So it looks like shit. And it plays... I guess it plays all right, but it's just boring. It's just boring.
Gotta play
Yeah.
more of it, man.
You know what's not boring? The two other games I got.
Oh, congratulations
I
on those
got
ones.
The Legend of Zelda, the first one, which I am going to fucking retry because in this there are save states.
Yeah.
And you don't even need an emulator to play. You're just
Yep.
on the DS. There are save states for those
There
old
are.
games. Not for Pokemon. You have to actually save on Pokemon. But for Zelda, there is. And for Super Mario Bros. 3, which was on sale and is fucking awesome. And I'm
See,
already on World 3.
That's another bone I want to pick with Symphony of the Night. You die, you fucking
Yeah.
game over, and you're just so
Caleb loves
frustrating.
that game over screen.
Yeah, I'm like,
well,
Game over.
I find platformers to be the bane of my existence. I cannot play a platformer, and I've died many times in Super Mario Bros. 3. But the ability to go, okay, I'm about halfway through the map, and then do a save state, and so that, like, if I die, I'm not going all the way back.
yeah, that's what'll make Zelda way nice too.
Yeah, it'll make Zelda way nice, because there are some fucking rooms in, like, the fucking temple number 5 that I was just trying to get through when we were trying to do a fucking Zelda podcast, and the game became fucking impossible because that first Zelda, it's a bitch of a game. It's a hard game.
It is.
Yeah.
And on the regular Wii,
You can't do save
you
states.
can't do save states.
It's
You go
all
right
back to the beginning. Yeah.
So
Just don't die.
I'm excited to actually be able to play and beat my first Zelda, which shall be the first Zelda.
Okay.
Beat the first Zelda. I've played like 30 hours of Wind Waker.
I think the only one I played was on the Game Boy.
30
Which one was
hours?
that?
You didn't beat it?
Yeah, I didn't beat it. I got to the Master Sword and a little past that. And Dylan, whose memory card and game I was borrowing, he erased my save file after a couple months. Because he's a dick.
You needed that space.
And yesterday was his birthday, by the way, so happy birthday, Dylan.
Yeah.
Our secret fifth host of Nude Clan, who is on when sometimes.
Yeah.
Like twice.
Twice. Yeah.
So yeah, I got those games, played FF11, of course. Actually just was not really played FF11, just was kind of frustrated at FF11 and logged in a couple times.
Yeah.
And then did do the 8-hour update for Diablo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. So I was going to play it yesterday, and then I was like, 4-hour update, and then I look up again, And then, oh my God.
Do you know what the upload and download speed
And
is
it was
for your home
actually
network?
8 hours. It was still uploading like 8 hours later. It was like, fuck. Not very good, Cameron. This is my parents we're talking about
Get
here.
a job.
Cameron. We'll talk about that on Getting Fat. All right. So, someone beat a game. This. All right, Cameron.
So let's argue this point. I saw credits. I heard the sexy saxophone music. However, the game is only 75% done, and there is
100%ing a game is not a requirement for beating a game.
and out of 200%. So there's actually it's like two games in one.
So you're actually only 37.5%
Exactly.
done.
I saw the credits. I lean
That's
towards
enough.
it being an unsatisfactory game at this point. But if I keep playing it and actually get the full continuation of the story,
You got the bad ending.
I killed him. I slaughtered him. It wasn't that hard.
Multiple endings for that game. It's
So
like 4 or 5.
Richter at his best was nowhere near my medium.
Your medium.
Yeah.
So, you beat Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Greg, did you beat anything?
I did not.
Twice?
Nope.
I have not beaten anything either. So, actually, Cameron, a good week this week. Cameron's the only one to beat a game.
I know. I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Probably.
Where Cam was the only person to beat a game.
Well, you've only beaten games that we've all beaten, right?
Yeah.
I have not beaten Cast Symphony.
Oh no, I
No,
know.
he
the
meant
thing he's
like
played with
some-
someone else.
part of the show.
I have not done a game that was not a part of the show.
Well, you do have those train rides now, and I'm telling you, I would not be so far in Super Mario Bros. 3 if it were not for.
I don't have a handheld, and Caleb's PSP kind of infuriates me with its charging, but I can get it right, just right. So I don't know.
Just get a new charger.
So
Give it to
for
me.
Nude Clan, King Hog, Hog Supreme,
Yes.
with sour cream, please.
No, not sour cream.
Caleb Craig is the victor, still at 22 games beaten so far this year. Caleb Schweiss follows behind with 18 games beaten. I am after that with 12 games beaten, and then Cameron 9 games.
I'm catching up to you, Joe.
It's been
Not even in the double digits.
The
Cam.
FF11 is crushing us, is what it is.
It's been 8 games for a long time with you, Cameron. So there you go.
With all these FF11 expansions don't count. So
None of them count.
Well, until we get done with 11 and then complete the next game, we won't have one from UFF. Whereas before,
Complete.
we did.
Yeah, we were doing 2 games at a time.
Yeah. I mean, still doing it, just no credit.
But I
also,
mean, there's
speaking-
only 8 worlds in Super Mario Bros. 3. And considering I've actually gotten past World 1, which I want the world to know is like a huge fucking deal for me, because I am that bad at platformers.
Yeah, it took him like an hour to beat a single level in front of like me and Dylan this one time. So I understand what an accomplishment this is.
He ties his own shoes.
Yay!
So yeah, I mean it's kind of a big deal. I expect to actually beat an extracurricular game sometime this year.
Holy shit!
I know, fucking yeah, man. Yeah.
Damn it. I need to get a hold of a handheld now. I should just decide.
Get like a 2DS. You can get one for like $60 on Amazon.
Yeah, they're not that
My
bad.
favorite handheld was always the PSP.
Get a PSP then.
Get a PS Vita.
Suck my dick.
Hey, speaking of Hog,
Do we do
make sure you
game
guys get your
completion?
Hog points in. Next week is the first episode of the next month, and
Yes.
we need to know where everyone lies. Since I found out I'm much fatter as far as body fat percentage goes than I thought, am crushed. Also, I think we should revise that. I think over 25% is too broad. I think it's too much.
Over 25% is too broad.
Yeah.
You want more minus points?
Yeah,
over-
for higher, yeah. Caleb's... we checked the other day.
He's getting minus 200 points, and so am I.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
should not.
shitload.
You should not be losing as many points as Caleb for.
Well, I'm
For
going to
that.
take that as a compliment.
Hey, do you remember what I was at? How many points I'd be losing for that?
The same as me.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
No,
Wait.
I think I was at 28 when I did it.
Oh, then you'll be losing the same as these guys.
Minus 200.
How do you
points.
feel about that? The fact that your hog points are reduced as much as Craig's. Just think about that. Just stew. Mine aren't anymore. Actually, no, they were before.
We're
I was
both
close.
obese. That's where the line is at. So what I did with those hog points was I looked at, like, there was this chart where age and then the body fat percentages you're supposed to be at. And then I kind of took like a roundabout number. So 25%, by the way, is not a healthy weight for our age. It is for like 50 years old though. So like it's kind of in that range where like you're doing okay. That's how I did it. It's like a roundabout thing. So this body fat percentage is even worse for our age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the point is,
So,
you're
I mean,
over
I can-
25%.
I can make it a
you
super
are-
complex system and be like, if you're this, then this.
So maybe it's more of a goal because think of like that transformation from 26 to 25, all the points you gain back immediately. And since we already have less of a body fat percentage to go down to, then we have the advantage to get there, whereas they don't.
Yeah, plus there's that shit ton of points you can get from exercise, which I know a few people have done. So it's kind of balanced out, Caleb.
I don't know.
I think it's fine.
I haven't tracked my exercise, so I don't only
Because
count
if you
what I
think
know
about
for
it,
sure.
if I work off those couple percentage points, if we all started right now as hard as we could, that's never fucking happen. But if we all started as hard as we could right now,
I've been dieting this entire time.
and then I would
Lost another couple pounds.
I would have less of a distance to go than they would. So I have the handicap there.
Yeah, that's true, but you're still negative just as many points.
I think the point
We're all still
the
just
point
obese.
is you're
I'm not.
getting a fucking bitch slap to the face, and because you're doing something that's
Not
hurting your body,
anymore.
so it doesn't matter.
I was.
Wait, so you're
So I
now in
agree-
the
I agree.
overweight range. You're no longer obese.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I've been that way for actually like 20 pounds, but
Okay.
but I guess that is a good way of looking at it. It's more of a goal, an incentive, and
Yeah.
the problem with it though.
And I'm not going to be like, hey, you're a fat fuck.
I'm not
now.
killing myself as
Minus
much as you're killing
1200.
yourself.
Yeah,
Even though it would be helpful for the comics.
but the crappy thing is those habits that the things that Caleb does to get the points elsewhere are like supporting the negative
No,
200
that's
points.
how, that's how it's supposed
But
to...
it doesn't take away though as much as it gives. and you know what? I was looking at it, and the points for the comics. I know we go over this like
Jesus Christ.
every day,
Dude, stop fucking mentioning the points for the comics and just give it
they're-
the fuck up.
They're
The corpse
brutal.
is dead. Stop poking it with a stick.
No, they're brutal. Look at that. It takes 100 pages to get like 30 points for reading actual book. 100 pages, right?
It's 160 pages to get 6 points.
To get 6 points in reading,
Yeah.
and
I don't know how many. It's like 0.0357 points a page.
so 37.5 points for 100 pages.
It's like every 3 pages you get almost 1 point.
Okay. All right, just put that into perspective. Just saying.
Oh, wait. No, that's way off. I don't know where the fuck that math
I
came
think
from.
it is 37.5 points for 100 pages.
I don't know. We're gonna have to, I did the math before and I can't remember it.
I think that's what it is. So,
Okay.
I should probably read comics instead because they're way more efficient. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they are way more. I thought you were talking about the ownage hog.
Oh no, Ownage Hog is fine where it's at.
Okay, well, that's the thing. It's like,
That's the biggie for some
That's the
people.
big
yeah.
one, yeah.
No, we should not adjust ownage hog. The only thing I want to add to ownage hog is console ownage for owning a specific console.
sold this.
I think that would be a cool idea. What kind of point value do you guys think would be fair for that?
For a
I don't
console?
know. It's something we should definitely discuss
a point
off air.
a point for every $100 down. So the PC Master Race gets a lot of points that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have to be
Well,
flat.
if you bought like a really fucking old console that they sell for like 10 grand, then
Then
you win.
Yeah.
Then you fucking win because it's an awesome fucking piece of machinery in history there.
We could have like a list of. I think I remember consoles was going to be part of whatever our Ultra Hog was going to be,
yeah,
because this is more measuring experience and I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it could
part
have
of the
place.
ownage and then the effort.
It's like
part.
there's nothing to do with the console if you don't have the game, so we measure the games.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but it's you need to measure both. The console has a set amount, and then the games have a set amount.
I think it would work for the hog that everyone submits monthly to have the consoles. I don't think it would hurt anything.
All right, Schweiss, we got a question?
Yes, we do. I'm kind of torn between two, but this one was first. So we'll do this. It's titled Trophies. It seems more like a statement, but then there's questions afterwards. This is from Corey. I didn't know about PlayStation trophies until the podcast. How?
What?
That's kind of a surprise.
Well, if they weren't a PlayStation player, then yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
It is a great way to have record that you beat a game. I got my first platinum trophy recently. When did they start PlayStation trophies?
With the PS3.
PS3.
It wasn't on release though.
No,
they
it
copied
was
them later.
It was after. Yeah, the Xbox achievements were first. I believe the release date for trophies came with a patch 4.20. And was released
See the
on
look on my face
July
right now.
2nd, 202008.
My
Did you
God.
memorize that, or
Did you also jerk
it
off
was-
when you found the information? Because I hear
No.
that your memory is only so good, but your memory while having sex is like 99%. Like you remember most of it.
Really?
Yes, I heard that at some point. I don't know if it's true.
So, like, you just see this kid jerking off in the back of class. Like, guys, I gotta memorize.
Well,
I got to memorize this.
it's the
guys.
only way. It's kind of like that idea, like you remember smells better than other things,
What's the capital of
but it's
Bangkok?
Oh, hold on. Let me whack it.
It's coming to my mind.
I gotta stir up some thoughts.
Wait, it's coming to me. It's coming.
Well, it's just one of those random facts that I just know. It's really
Well,
weird.
cool. Yeah, it was definitely released afterwards. So he also
Yeah.
says, "What does getting a platinum trophy mean to you?" Well, only some of us can answer this.
It means to dream the impossible dream.
To dream the impossible dream.
Yes.
Joe has a dream.
To get a single platinum before he dies.
Joe has a dream.
I don't know if I want that actually. You know, for me,
not even a single platinum.
A platinum just seems like, I mean, you either got one of the easy platinums, like the Terminator game that is
Yes,
That Dylan
Terminator
played once.
Salvation.
yes, or you got a platinum that took hours and hours and hours.
Don't you want to platinum the Final Fantasies though? Doesn't that feel like the one that you should do?
He was
wanted
going
to
for
platinum
13.
13.
Yeah,
But since that failure, no.
How'd you fail?
he sold stuff that he couldn't get back,
And there were some items I didn't know about.
and the only way he could get it back is by not selling one of the other items that he sold. So he was just fucked. And tens is ridiculous, so that's kind of out. What about you, Craig? What does getting a platinum mean to you?
For getting the plats, I think that I only really want to platinum games that I really enjoy. Like I platinumed Assassin's Creed 2, which I really enjoy. Uncharted 2, which is one of my favorite games. I platinumed Infamous 2 because it was super fucking easy.
So you only platinum sequels? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, apparently. I noticed that trend early on. Yeah. And then Diablo 3, I think, will be my next one, so I'm really going for the
At least it's a 3, though. You've moved on.
Yeah, I moved on
beyond
from the
2.
2s to go into 3.
The Diablo 2 plat is out of your reach.
Yeah. There's not... I don't think anyone can get that one.
That would be awesome.
It's way too hard.
Yeah.
Cameron, what does a platinum mean to you?
Something that I would like to do, but for some reason, I mean, there's certain games I feel like I could get a platinum on, like, what was that zombie free running game we did again? Oh, it's Dying Light.
Yeah.
I feel like a game like that would be easier for me to platinum, because when I'm sitting there playing Fallout 4, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this trophy. And like, okay, crap, I ran out of freaking, adhesive that I need to, to go do this to make this easier. And then for the next 5 hours, I'm just building the farm. And I just get totally distracted. I'm just sitting there just growing all this fucking mut fruit and potatoes and corn. And I have this huge expansive farm and freaking, crap. Tip of my tongue, the name of the town, the first one.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here at this huge freaking farm in Sanctuary. I have fucking vegetable starch like crazy, and vegetable starch is 5 adhesive. So, and then I forgot what the trophy was that I was trying to get.
So you can't do it because you get
Gets too
distracted.
immersed by farming.
I get too immersed. I'm like, okay, so I need to get this trophy. Oh wait, I wanted to upgrade my gun real fast because to make it easier. Oh crap, I ran out of this, so I need to go grab that. And it's like a list of things that need to be done before it's just insane. And then Fallout 3 is my favorite game in the whole world, and I haven't put it in since I had Fallout 4. So
That one's kind of an easy one.
I want to platinum the things. I just haven't gotten around. I haven't just gotten around
Many
to
of
it.
the things.
I don't know why. It's just not something I've gotten around to because I just end up enjoying my time playing a game instead of trying to get work done in a game.
Yeah. You could do primals, I bet. That's a really easy one. It took
Yeah,
me like
probably.
35 hours, maybe 30.
If I ever get around back to it, that's
Yeah.
not a
Far
problem.
Cry 4 is another one I
You
did.
know how
That was a
we
good
have
one.
every game the percentage of us
So I did
going to replay
4
it
as well.
We've always given some games like, oh yeah, dude, definitely fucking never gotten back to any of these games because there was another
Well,
game to play that
of
I need to
course.
play.
It's a theoretical, would you get back to this game if this was all you did? Would you play the game again? It's like,
And then
of
some
course.
games I
course.
leave till like the night before. Fuck, we have to review this game tomorrow. I'm like halfway done with the game, so I'm trying to do the bare minimum to beat the game. And then, oh yeah, another game that I would love the platinum is Doom.
Yeah.
2016.
Well, that would be a nice
be a fun game to platinum if I ever get around
So
to
many
it.
hidden
Be
things.
fucking
dude.
hard though. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, a platinum just means full hog. It means I went in, I did everything. Not everything. I did the expected amount of things to receive the trophy. Honestly, it's kind of a mixture of if I really love the game and if I think it's an easy one to platinum. If it's really easy to platinum, like Ico, I'll do it. It was a bitch, so it was a lie that it was easy, but it was worth it, and I enjoyed the game quite a bit. I thought it was a lot of fun, so I put in the extra time, and I spent like a day and a half of my life just playing this part over and over and over again until I could do the last 30 minutes of the game in 30 minutes. It was disgusting. It was a 30-minute sequence of platformer, and it was wrong. It was platformer to the max, dude, in every way. And
Do you think that Joe could accomplish this?
I don't know, man. You would have to play it the first time and then start the game right again, or just look at like guides and tips and stuff to go quicker. Not that it's necessary. Some of the tips they had were like for the ultimate speed run of like an hour and 40 minutes, which I was like, I can't do that. So it's kind of a mixture to me. It's when the game's really important to me. It's the same as the badges on Steam. If I really love the game, I'll get the badge. If it's really easy to get the badge, I'll get the badge. There are games that I love that the badges are bullshit drop rates. So there's like 9 of them, and it only gives me 3 or 4, and each other card costs like 50 cents, so I just don't do it. So it's kind of the same mentality. It just means that I really love the game, and I put in the extra time to master it, or it was just easy.
Well, I think something that's missing here is just the gloat factor.
Yeah.
You could look at another gamer and be like,
Weak.
just turn your head up towards
Yeah,
them.
that's actually how I feel, especially when I meet this new friend, at my brother's wedding. I reacquaint with a friend at my brother's wedding. He was there. Oh, hey, you should add me.
So
oh,
you
yeah.
had sex.
No, we did not.
Is that why you went dark?
No. So I reacquaint, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, we actually do a podcast too." And so, but they have this other podcast. Oh, cool! And so it's here's my gamer. Here's my what do you call it? It's not gamer tag on PlayStation. What is it?
It's just PlayStation ID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I fucking call it a gamer tag. That's how that's where you know where I get my roots from. But anyways, he's like, "Yeah, let's trade. How many trophies you have?" I'm like, trophies. I have like 16 trophies and all of them bronze. And so it's just like he whips out his platinums and I whip out my bronze, and it's just
This is starting
it's a
to
little bit of
sound
shame.
like-
It's a little bit of shame
Like
going
you
on
had
there.
sex.
Yeah.
What was the show called?
I don't remember.
It wasn't
Fuck that guy. All right.
Doesn't matter. This show is better.
But it's almost exactly the same thing. I think it's 4 of them, and they just talk about stuff. We do reviews, and they just talk.
Oh, so they're lazy.
Yeah.
They reminisce where we play.
Speaking of laziness, let's get to our long
Whoa, we got another portion.
delayed. What?
Another portion.
What game are you most excited to platinum? Question's not over.
Second parter.
Fucking, I'm excited to platinum any game. How about that?
Were you?
Um,
So Joe will take anything.
Diablo 3, I think.
Okay. Clearly, the whir is lost on you. That means you've
Whir.
gotten the platinum. Which
Oh, the
what
one that I
game
was most
were you
excited
most
to
excited
platinum?
to platinum? Yes.
Oh, then only you and I can do that one.
Yeah, that's why it's quick.
Uncharted 2, I think.
Far Cry Primal.
Yeah.
I loved it. All right, what game did you hate getting the platinum, but did it anyway?
Far Cry 4.
Final Fantasy 13.
Over 10?
Yes. 10, okay, I don't know. Yes, I think so.
Well, did you prefer looking at the taint or dying?
The taint.
If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to the Final Fantasy X review from Old Final Fantasy.
It was hours, days of my life looking at this dude's friggin' carriage. That's ridiculous. No, but the 13 one was had way more anxiety behind it because I was like, oh shit, if I messed up on any of my list crossing out for the items, then I would just be screwed out of the whole thing. So I hated it. I hated it so much. All right, now we can get to the review.
Okay, let's get to Rocksmith.
We challenged people across the country to learn guitar in 60 days with Rocksmith. Here's what happened.
Oh, wait, I should probably turn it up, huh?
It actually tracks every note you play.
And as you totally nail each section, it gets harder.
They've got like hundreds of songs from so many bands.
The fact that you're plugging in a real guitar is awesome.
I can't even imagine being where I am in such a short time.
Rocksmith costs way less than any private lessons you can do.
On day 60, I've got awesome guitar riffs that I can pull out anytime.
I feel like I'm a guitar player now.
Rocksmith, the fastest way to learn guitar. Now updated with improved practice tools and menus and 6 bonus songs. Learn more at rocksmith.com.
Oh, man. Rocksmith 2014 is obviously a music video game. It was produced by Ubisoft, and it's been described as more of a replacement to the 2011 version of the game rather than a sequel. The main focus of the game, obviously, is to plug in an electric guitar and to learn and play in real time. Now, we've said it many times on this show. I wish that this game was around when I was in high school and not that fucking Guitar Hero bullshit.
Yeah, I
Because then I
agree.
would have learned how to play the guitar and not this plastic piece of ass.
It would have been way more expensive.
We don't want to replace
back
all that
then.
stuff. It would have been more expensive, but it would have been worth it. Learning how to fucking play the guitar when you had the fucking time to do so.
Yeah, and I had time. I got good at Guitar Hero. I would have gotten okay at Guitar
I got good
hopefully.
at pressing buttons.
I did. I was fast. So it was officially announced at Ubisoft's 2013 E3 presentation. So that's where it began. Obviously, the gameplay, you get this nice little hookup to either your computer or your PlayStation 4. It's a USB slot, and it connects to an actual guitar via the amp string.
And for all you guitar people out there, it does work with other programs like GarageBand and stuff like that. So if you want to pick this up and the cord that comes along with it, you can use it for more than just the game.
Nice. That's good to know. I did not know that. So anyway, yeah, you get that connection with the game if you buy the big pack with everything in it, which you need because you can't just it doesn't just hear the guitar playing, so you have to plug it in. And of course, the game features a ton of DLC as far as songs go.
Kind of think of the same vein as Guitar Hero. They release song packs. The same thing with Rocksmith.
Right. The game has 85 lessons that cover bends, accents, slides, and a bunch of other things I can't do. And also, there's 65 playable tracks and hundreds more available via DLC. This is a game where you can spend a lot of money if you like a lot of rock songs. There are some amazing packs in this fucking thing as far as DLC is concerned.
You know, if there are any prospective parents out there who want to get a good game for their kid but teach them a skill at the same time, I would actually... This is teaching your kids something that they might not have a use for later in life, but at least it's something they can do besides sit down in front of their TV all day.
Yeah, if your kid wants Guitar Hero, just get them this instead.
Yeah.
And a cheap
Who
guitar.
wants Guitar Hero anyway?
I don't know. I kind of want to get Guitar Hero Metallica again because I have Guitar Hero Metallica trophies, and it brings my overall trophy down because I only have like 3 of them. So if I could find it for like $30, I'd buy it, and then I'd get a ton of trophies in it.
All right.
So that I don't look like a gimp.
It's the trophy is what you're going for.
Yeah, it's not the experience necessarily, although I do love playing the 8 minutes of All Nightmare Long and not being able to feel my fucking hand afterwards.
And you didn't actually play a real note the whole time?
No, I did not. I mean, some of them might be close. It might be...
Let's just say, no, you know what you should do? You should buy is there a Metallica song pack for guitar? For
no,
Rocksmith?
There's not.
Fuck.
Isn't that bullshit? There's no Metallica pack in this game.
I am fucking done. This is it.
Yeah.
I've wanted to learn Nothing Else Matters for so long.
I know the intro.
Caleb.
Everyone knows the intro,
Stop molesting yourself.
What's happening?
That's a Joe thing to do, not for a you thing, Caleb.
Joe already did it. Now it's my turn.
Are you drawing dicks?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He took a loving care on those round-ass balls.
I did. I'm taking an artistic approach to Joe's thing here.
Yeah. So apparently the reason why they chose to go with Rocksmith 2014 instead of Rocksmith 2 was to encourage those who hadn't played the first game to play this one instead, because it is, like we said,
there's some better features. It is the number 2, but the advancements were just enough to make it, hey, yeah, just play this one. It's like, how do you make sequels for this game and improving technology? I mean,
that's the only way to do it.
That's the thing. Here's the game. We'll release updates for it all the time, and here are all the song packs.
Right. They could have even just kept it with the first game and just updated the.
Maybe the changes though. The base was enough that they had to release a new thing.
I could see that. I could see doing that. So yeah, it's been out for a few years. They haven't released anything since then. This is the definitive Rocksmith as of right now. So
you have those tracks you can learn how to play. You have the lessons and video tutorials that they'll teach you. Also, there's the arcade version where it teaches you certain skills and how to quickly switch your fingers across the fretboard and, just teaching you those skills in a game format. But then there's also an online head-to-head version for those arcade games as well.
Nice. Yeah, I never went online with those.
I never did either.
I just kept it
because I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. There's a bunch of them though, and I find some of them pretty useful. The one where you're in the saloon, you're like doing a little shootout, and you have to hit the strings.
You have to really, fuck. Which one am I on? That's not the right one. No,
yeah, and you lose points. You the points scale. So if you miss one of them, you miss out on a lot of stuff. So this game really tries to drive home the ability to play guitar, and I think it does it in a pretty solid way. As far as the story, obviously, we're going to have to cut that off at the ranking because there is no story. The story here, I suppose, is your journey.
It is your story.
So it's kind of a middle ground story, unless you really love the song Blitzkrieg Bop, and then it's a success. And then it's a #1 seller. So gameplay. I think the gameplay in this game is pretty solid. The only problems I run into is when I'm doing a Slayer song, I know I can't play as fast as Kerry King. But Rocksmith doesn't know that sometimes. Rocksmith just says, well...
You were close.
You were close. Yeah, it's the sounds kind of drum together to the game at times, which is one downer for as far as the gameplay goes. But everything else I think is great. When you're going through the song, when you start it out, it doesn't throw a bunch of shit at you. It just gives you the easy version of the song because it's trying to find out who you are, what you've played. You do the song pretty well the first time, then it starts throwing in extra stuff. And then during the song, usually around the second or third time, I'd say, then it really starts to update the difficulty level, and it starts to throw most of the song at you, which I think is an ingenious way to have this game. The moment I'm thinking on Blitzkrieg Bop, I'm like, man, I got 83%. I know this song almost.
Blitzkrieg Bop.
And then suddenly it becomes chords instead of just one note. And I'm like, oh!
No, I do not know a single fucking thing.
I don't know shit.
You were lying to me.
And then 2 days later, you do know because it's easy.
Yeah, for things like that, where it's not showing the chords at first, I'll have it slowed down and the difficulty up to where the chords are actually there and just keep playing those over again because I don't want to waste waste fucking time playing single notes and are not going to actually teach me how to play the song.
But it does teach you where to put your hands, though. If you start the game out the right way, those single notes will be where that finger needs to be for the chord later. Because the game features...
when it goes for put your finger here to put your fist here, it's just like...
Yeah, that's...
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Rocksmith.
and then all of a sudden you can't even scrape the sides of the song because it's just a gaping thing, right?
Gaping?
You're just sitting there
I've never heard a song described as gaping.
Yeah.
You're sitting there panicked, not knowing what to do.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you don't know what to do. Then suddenly you're just like, whole thing. And there it is.
Just the whole fist fretboard, and it's just...
So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hang on,
Hold on.
We already talked about it, Joe.
Okay, I came back and there was a dick drawn on the paper that I did not draw. It's a little smaller than the ones I draw. That's a little weird, huh?
I took a more artistic approach to it.
Yeah, a more David-esque approach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This one's meant for marble.
It's Adam's dick touching God's.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, you're going to hell. All right, let's move on.
All right.
So, yeah, the game teaches you... Sorry, guys, I'm having horrible allergies today.
Oh?
Yes. So, yeah, the way it evolves throughout the song, I think, is excellent, and it helps you advance... Of course, if you are a little better at the guitar, I would recommend going forth and updating the difficulty and just kind of seeing where you lie. But if you're starting out, I think it's a good place to just go right in and just start playing songs. The lessons were helpful.
I love the lessons. I mean, they started out slow, but if you're coming from nothing, they're awesome. So the lessons, I feel, especially when I got to the more advanced ones, they were invaluable for me. Hey, there's this part of the song that does some stuff that I have never seen before. I hop into lessons for a little bit. Oh, that's what it's trying to tell me to do. I learn that in a lesson, hop back in the song, and still fail at it there, but at least I know why I'm failing.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
That's fair. I did some of the lessons, too. I did, 20 or so. Until I got to one, I can't remember what it was, but I just couldn't function during the lesson. I couldn't do it, so I was like, fuck this, I'm just going to play songs. So it's kind of got a good combo of both. The mini games are fun. They're interactive enough. The chord zombie shooter thing was pretty sweet. That helped me out a lot with my chords. And yeah, I think overall gameplay for this is really good. I would give it... I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay. Cameron?
9 out of 10 as well. There is sometimes a slight delay, though, you notice, but once you're
the
getting
delay
into
comes from your TV. So there are high-speed HDMI cords you can get, or as the game recommends when you open up the case, it says you should probably use the high-speed the cords that go into
the optical cable into a separate sound system.
Yeah, exactly. On top of the television, so that your sound is with it. Because with my TV, it was especially bad. And that there were other TVs where it wasn't nearly as bad.
Right.
So, and it could have been, once again, the HDMI cable. So that's an unfortunate part of this game, is that they tried to do something that the hardware wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
So in many ways,
and so you
the
think
delays
about
can fuck you sometimes.
So the optical out for the sound is the
go-to. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I have that now, so...
Do you have a separate sound system to hook it up to?
Yeah,
though?
I do.
He does. He has the sound bar.
Yeah, sound bar from Dwayne. It wasn't an issue on my little TV though. I had no problems with it. And I don't think Joe did either.
So I kept thinking that this would have been a more popular alternative if it had come out during the heyday of Guitar Hero, but the technology definitely wouldn't have been there.
No.
Oh well, the first Rocksmith came around 2010 or 11, 2011, or something like that.
And then 2010 was the ending.
A little after.
Well, Guitar Hero 2 was like 2005 or something like that, wasn't it?
No, I'm thinking Guitar Hero 3 was 2009.
That was the big one.
Yeah, that was the big one. So it wasn't that long after that the first Rocksmith came out, which is nowhere near as good as this game.
Yeah.
And has worse delay problems on the PC. I've had both versions. And I gotta say, there is something I do like about the original Rocksmith more than I do about 2014, and it has to do with learning how to play the guitar. With the original Rocksmith, it would actually, if
Get
you
it from
let
both
it,
ends now.
and you didn't have to do it this way. If you let it, it would take you on a track. Like, let's do these easy songs first.
Oh, nice.
And then it would have you play those songs, and then it would get, selectively harder, and then it would say you should do this lesson right now. It would actually tell you exactly what to do. I know they have the little Rocksmith recommend items on 2014, which is kind of the same thing, but it was much more linear, much more progressive, and I think it was much more, okay, in order to learn how to play guitar the right way, do this, then this, then this.
Yeah,
then
it was
this.
a little more structured
And
for the
I
learning.
think that the first Rocksmith was better at that. However, in almost every other aspect, it's not as good as this game.
Okay.
In its playability. What did you guys think about the visual little quirks about this game, the design? Let's go into that.
Well, I mean, it looks basically how it needs to look. You just got the guitar fretboard on the bottom. You've got your the notes that come at you. You have a little bit of crowd interaction going on, so it makes it feel kind of like Guitar Hero.
I like the way they designed that, though. They did use the kind of the Guitar Hero idea, but the way the view will slide down to a lower part of the fretboard or the higher part of the fretboard, I think that was the best way to do it.
Yeah, in combination with showing you where you need to have your hands, because that's a big thing. It shows you where the chords will be. It's like, oh yeah, you can use whatever finger you want if you want to hit this 9.
I'm gonna go get some colorful strings and restring my guitar with it. So
yeah, if you want to hit the ninth
with the fucking thing,
the 9th fret on the E, you can hit it with any finger you want. But if when the song advances, you realize, oh, it told me to use this one because I have to use this one because all other 4 fingers are warped and twisted in other places. So
yeah, it tells you exactly what finger you need to use, and it's important to keep with that. Now, it's not it's incredibly well sort of organized on the visual side of things when it's coming through.
Yeah.
Not only the different colors equal different strings, and not only the little dots that tell you where to put your fingers, but also the fact that the 4 highlighted things tell you where your 4 fingers need to be.
Yeah.
And that's what he's talking about. And it's not like there's not like a million things on the screen, which there could be. If anybody else had designed the game, it's much more streamlined than what it could be.
Yeah, and I love the design of just, I don't know, the way this game looks. It looks appealing to me. It's like when I saw Rock Band when I've been playing Guitar Hero. Like, I saw the same thing forever and ever, and then I saw this, like, oh, the notes are squares, It's like, in this game, I just like the way the design looks. It makes me want to play it. It makes it seem more fun, and I kind of like how they've like for the bends and stuff like that, like they have these distinct little designs on them for like hammer-ons or whatever the other thing is, the opposite of hammer-on. I can't remember what they're called.
Pull-off,
yeah, those things. You can tell what they are.
The only problem is when you have hammer-ons into pull-offs with bends all at the same time going on.
Yeah, it gets sick, but I like the distinction for those, and I like the songs. I think for just about everything but that what is that fucking band that I just can't stand?
Fuck if I know.
Yeah.
They sing Creep, Radiohead.
Every song but the Radiohead is passable. That one I can't stand. It's
not
just,
Creep. Creep's a good song.
It's not Creep, no. It's some,
I was going to say.
It's some like 7-minute piece of shit that they decided, oh, let's put this in Rocksmith. You know what probably happened? Radiohead probably said, hey, you want a free fucking song? Here you go. I don't think Rocksmith paid a fucking dime for this thing. And if they did, they were overcharged, all right? But I think the song track listing for the main game is enough to keep you satisfied. I mean, obviously, we like rock and metal over here, and it's a Rocksmith game, so it's going to teach you how to play the electric guitar. Most of it's going to be rock and metal, and I feel like the original track listing is pretty decent for that.
Yeah.
And I
had lots of fun playing certain Alice in Chains songs. Songs I can't play it, but it's fun to pretend to play it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, so overall, I think the design works really well. I mean, nothing's super detailed as far as like the crowd and shit goes, but that's not really what this game is going for. It's just like, I guess,
but practicality-wise, it's good design.
Yeah, definitely. I don't have a single problem with it.
Okay.
I'm going to give the design 10.
10?
Yeah, no issues.
Yeah, I think they designed it the best they could with this type of format. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, no clunkiness as far as too many things on the screen. You know what's going on at all times.
All right, the next section, and I know you already got into this a little bit, sound and music.
That is the entirety of the
So
game.
there's some problem with syncing up, and that's mostly a system problem. I don't think you should dock the game on that, but that's
No,
up to you.
that would be like docking Doom 3 for looking too good for your shit computer. That's not really fair. It's not quite fair.
Should we dock it for not having certain bands, or is that the bands that
That's
want
the bands.
The Metallica?
That's their fault. That's Metallica's agent's fault, I'm sure.
Well, they had a whole Metallica rock band thing. Maybe they had some deal where like they couldn't sign with another video game for.
Because
however
this
many
would be
years.
incredible if they had
Dude,
Metallica
like,
tracks. for
I
this. I would
want-
buy every.
I would
fucking
buy.
album,
I would buy
probably.
Rocksmith Metallica in a heartbeat.
Exactly. That is what I want to. I want to play that.
I'm tweeting my man Kirk right now, and I'm going to tell him.
I don't care what you need to pay to them in royalties for breaking the contract. We need this now.
You probably need to tweet your man, the people who made this game.
Probably.
Ubisoft.
They're the ones who have to set up the deal with Metallica.
True.
Be like, hey, you want to make back some of that money that you lost on the movie?
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. They would make a ton too. I know they would. They're one of the biggest metal band like ever.
Yeah.
So,
And I would buy it.
Megadeth did it.
Hey, have you guys listened to
theirs.
the new song released by
Yeah,
Metallica?
Tauntum, Megadeth did it.
Yeah.
Come on.
You want to do it better? You could. It would only take a second.
Dave's listening to this right now, and he's like,
Yeah.
his face is getting red. Like,
Yeah,
he's
done.
better. What do you mean by better?
I'm not going to do any more songs for them.
Yeah.
You stabbed me in the back.
Here I come again. No, Dave doesn't know about this show.
Like, how about like Thrash Smith 2017?
That would be sweet.
It would be all like the Big Four and like Pantera and
Yeah.
Exodus.
And then Anthrax would never be played.
Yeah, there would be one Anthrax song. And be like, yeah, that's them, right?
Kind of much.
But have you guys listened to the new Metallica song kind of off the side?
I'm sorry, Cameron. Do you think I didn't?
I'm just asking. What's your
any
opinion?
fucking chance in the world that I would not have listened to the new Metallica song? Yeah,
he like fucking snuck into like their houses as they were recording it.
Craig probably hasn't.
No, I haven't heard it.
Of course, Craig, I think, just pretends to like the same kind of music as us. I don't think he actually.
Yeah, back in he
him and
was
his
into
Celtic
some weird
woman.
stuff.
I like
Exactly,
Dude, do you
everything.
like?
he was
I don't
singing. It's like
necessarily
fucking
prefer
Celtic
things.
songs about wolves, and even the wolves have like a part in it too. They're like, you should listen to some of the stuff he was into in freaking middle school.
I still
Nah.
enjoy all of that.
How about when he leaves his fucking soundtrack going and you have to go to bed like an hour after he does, and and you can't figure out how to turn off the fucking thing, and then he gets pissed at you for messing with his phone. It's like, God damn it, dude, you were blasting your songs throughout the entire apartment, and I would just want to go to fucking sleep.
I can't live like this anymore.
The squeak is a representation of what Caleb sounds like when he tries to sleep.
Yeah, he's got some weird apnea or something going on.
I'm like, is there a raid? Like,
In the bunker!
Oh man, you think you had it bad? Try sleeping in the same room as you, and then Caleb right on the other side of the wall that I slept on. And so through the fucking wall, it was like the super high notes just pierced through that wall, and then Joe just freaking chainsawing it over there. And he'd wake up and so it's funny when Joe wakes up, he go. My throat's kind of sore. I'm like, no fucking duh.
oh, I suspected other things.
You're not so
It
lucky.
tastes a little salty. Why are my lips sticky?
My throat hurts, but it's super, super lube.
So, guys, sound and music for this game. Are you going to dock it a point because it didn't have
That's probably
certain
Metallica's.
bands?
That's not their
Yeah, it's
fault.
not.
Probably.
It's
They do
something.
have Megadeth, so
Oh, yeah.
you got the second
Yeah.
best thing as far as thrash metal goes.
And there's Godsmack Pack, so you can get the third best thing ever. And I think there's a pretty good
Like
variety.
sixth, but yeah.
Sixth best band ever, really?
second best band that I've seen live. So I'll give
Second
them
to
that.
who? Metallica?
Metallica.
I don't know if I can.
Metallica live, dude, was not just a show. It was like an event.
Yeah, I know. I think what we need is Rammstein live.
They can't come to Utah anymore, though.
Dude, I saw this picture the other day on Facebook that was like Rammstein doesn't know half-ass. And it was the lead singer with like angel wings that are like 20 feet high with like flames coming out of them. I'm like, oh my God.
I have to say the best show I've been to, I know this is not like hard rock. It was the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which is the rock Christmas songs with actual shred guitars.
Those guys are like really fucking good. Though.
It's a really fucking good live show with fireworks, lasers, and fire. So
I
checks all the boxes.
Yeah, I bet you Metallica's show was way better.
Yeah, but I know. Huge. Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the best live show I've been to because it was like a whole event.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the way Metallica
fucking
was.
Damn it.
Yeah. Godsmack was like Godsmack was a really good rock show, and he is fantastic live.
It was an awesome, it was an awesome show.
Is right on. And Hetfield, I think, had some weak spots during "Sad But True," which was the only song where I like had a problem with the performance. I saw because I don't know, there was something weird with the echo, and someone fucked up.
There's a sweet video online with Sully and him doing "Sad But True."
Yeah, really. But man, the concert was just ginormous.
Fucking, I should have gone to that.
And they were playing in the arena. They weren't just playing to the side. They were playing in the middle
Cowards.
of the Energy Solutions arena.
Yeah.
And there were like big fire displays and giant coffins from the ceiling and like lasers, and it was fucking awesome. That's why Metallica ranks just above Godsmack.
What is a glazer?
I can give it that.
Laser.
You said glazer.
Blazer.
Man, it just kind of feels sad.
Laser.
So now that we're talking about that, it's kind of sad going to a Megadeth concert now, where he's just
Megadeth is like a dive,
he plays at these
place.
He plays at these small little venues here in Utah, and
he's playing at Solitaire.
And then his songs are always like now like tuned up an octave so he can sing, or down an octave so he can sing it
he
now.
didn't get a higher
dude. When we saw him in like 2010, he was great.
Yeah, when we saw him in 2010, it was awesome. It was everything I dreamed it to be. But then the last time we saw him, all of us, it was just...
I fucking loved it.
I still loved it too. And
it was good, but comparatively...
Dude, they're playing at Solitaire next time.
Yeah,
so
I got a ticket already.
It's a big deal.
We're going.
Yeah.
I want to go. Your ticket's on my... No, that's for your guys' event. The ticket that I still have at my place.
KupoCon?
Okay, that's the KupoCon.
Yeah.
Well, that's Distant Worlds, but...
Oh. Where's our KupoCon?
I think it's digital.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll take care of it later then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get in.
Sound and music.
I'm going to give Sound and Music a 9. Not because of the song, because I don't know, it kind of ties in with the gameplay thing. The game doesn't register quite when you're messing up sometimes, and I feel like that's a flaw of both sound and gameplay.
It could be.
It's hard to know when it's your fault and when it's the game's fault.
It could be muddy pickups on the guitar. Too.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's just so many. It's hard
There's a lot of
to
factors.
rate this game because you don't know if it's your guitar's fault, if it's your fault, or if it's the game's fault.
Yeah.
But I think it happens often enough that I think that it's a 9 out of 10 as well, because there has to be some of the game as well. It has to be its fault.
Yeah. And it's not a big deal. Like I would not say don't get it because of this. I would just say know that you're not playing War Ensemble up to speed.
Those triplets, I can't play them. They're too fucking fast. War Ensemble, like my hand it can't keep, like no matter how much masturbation I've done throughout my entire life, my wrist is not fast enough for War Ensemble.
Well, masturbation doesn't work out your wrist; it's your forearm.
Yeah, it's the egg.
But that's how fast it is. It's like,
it's disgusting.
Only it's not just because I could probably do that. There's a fourth note in there as well, and there's a weird pattern that goes with it. It is extensively difficult on the rhythm side of things for War Ensemble.
Yeah, I can play a good chunk of that song though. Kind of, according to Rocksmith, I could do a good amount of those triplets, like 2 of them probably, just fine. But the third one I can't do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would take away from sound, and also I would kind of like to know a little bit more. Like with Guitar Hero, when you mess up, it makes like a lot more of a clanky noise. I think that would be something that's a little more helpful. And With this, you just don't get the note. I don't know. I think that would be useful if it was like...
There is something about this...
It mutes part of the song. Like it tries to mute that guitar part, but with playing the rest of the song around it.
Yeah.
So if you're not listening, you're going to miss that. You missed it.
Yeah.
Another thing with not having that ear training is that you're not dealing with like how to make it sound like what you're hearing. You're just trying to hit the notes on time.
That it's telling you, yeah.
And so like the little intricacies of like exactly how long to bend it and stuff like that is somewhat missed through Rocksmith for, I mean...
It's just how do you convey that?
Yeah, it's tough. I think this is a good place to start, but if you want to truly master...
It's when you've mastered the placement and then you can go to the part where you're not looking at the notes, you're doing it from memory, so it's memory and hearing at that point.
I've started to get some of the memorization of where my hands go down. But when you get off, you get off. Like, it's everywhere. You're all over the place. Just pools of notes coming out. You know what I mean, though, Cameron? Like when you're like, okay, I've got this song down, and then
it's like sometimes your hand is just in the wrong place, and so you get one note, but it's like a whole section of notes right behind it that are off.
And then the song's like, oh, you're retarded. Here's the easier difficulty, and I'm like, fuck you, song. It was a one-time thing, and then I have to restart the song instead of just continuing on. So
replayability. Speaking of restarting. Now I know we have put off this game for 4 weeks extra,
and I haven't played it much in that time. But that doesn't mean the replayability is bad.
The replayability, I think, this is the game you should replay. Out of all the games we said, what percentage of it? That's just for fun. This is the game that you should go back and have fun at the same time to learn a real skill.
Yeah.
But going back, replayability, I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow, that's pretty high. Because
I do have fun. I have fun playing the game. It's not like I don't have fun.
All right. Man. So it's hard to put the replayability that high because I haven't actually been playing it. And this is... playing it to review it. This isn't playing it to replay.
You just need to reprioritize your life to allow for this.
Perhaps. With the Final Fantasy XI being slowed down now, I may actually be able to play some Rocksmith here and there. I actually have been able to, due to that very thing. I am going to put replayability... Oh, shit. I'm going to put it at a 9 as well.
Oh, okay.
I was teetering between 8 and 9, but I have the desire to play it again. I have the desire to go through and try to master the songs.
I have the desire to complete the 60-day challenge.
Well, let me ask you this, guys. Do you believe that this game has taught you to play the guitar, at least well enough that you think you could go through one song?
Yeah, I can play one song 100% without the game at all.
Let's scream up.
It's a song. It's shitty. And
it's 4 chords.
Yeah.
All punk songs are easy to play. That is a fact.
They're not easy to listen to, though.
No. All of our listeners who like punk rock are just like,
yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna throw a chair.
Sorry, Baindrum. I cannot stand the Misfits. I tried. Even the Danzig stuff. I just like, ugh.
Danzig is so much better on his own.
I know. He knows what he's doing. It's the fucking old band of his that just pulled him down into the sewers.
The sewers?
Yeah. So I think it's worth playing. Definitely hit it up, guys. If you're interested at all in playing the guitar, you can play the bass, you can play the lead, you can play rhythm.
That's true. I've been playing bass on it.
Yeah, are you like 100%ing everything on bass?
It is not that hard, that's for sure.
Yeah. I love telling the dude I work with who's a bassist. I love bagging on him about that.
Did you give him my quote that I need to put on a shirt?
Yeah. Yeah, I told him that.
Those who can't play guitar, play bass.
Yeah, and then someone the other day was
Those who can't play bass,
play ukulele.
Yes, play the ukulele.
Man, you are just robbing him lately. Joe can't have his moments.
It is my job. Can't let him finish the joke.
No, there was one day, though, when I was looking at everybody on the team, and I was like, I might be the most famous person. And my boss was like, but James is in a pretty big band. Or he's in a band that has a lot of followers. I'm like, yeah, but he's the bassist, so... I'm like, does anyone really know his name? Like,
You have
do
to
they
admit,
really?
I have to admit, my favorite band, I remember the main guy, I remember the lead, and I remember the drummer. I have no fucking idea who the bassist is.
See,
and
I know
the
who
guitarist.
I know who the bassists of at least like 4 bands are. Mostly my favorite bands.
Flea. Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's
Like,
something-
who's the bassist for Avenged Sevenfold?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, it's we know Robert Trujillo, and
Yeah,
we know,
Robert Trujillo, yeah. Because of the documentary, though. Like, I've seen
we know
some kind of
Dave.
monster.
We know Dave Ellefson from Megadeth.
Yeah, Dave Ellefson, that's right, because he's the only guy that sticks with that band.
Yeah. And,
Chavo from System of a Down.
yeah, Chavo.
Yeah.
The band that is no more. I can't remember.
Basically, yeah.
I can't remember Rage Against the Machine's bassist name.
Oh, he's good, too.
He's the only one I don't remember. And the drummer, I guess. But yeah, it's just
In terms of fame, it usually goes singer, then either drummer or lead, depending on who's like more
who's better.
And then bassist is always last unless you're in Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, and then you're a beast.
Yeah, bassist is always just the dude that's the bassist.
True.
I have to say, though, one of the bassists with the strongest presence, though, in the music they produce has to be the one for Korn. You hear that fucking bass.
You'd be surprised. Some of it's not the bass.
Yeah.
It's the fucking guitar. It's that string that's like as thick as a rock star can.
Just like the slap.
They both sound like
Yeah, it sounds like they're just breathing into the mic really heavily.
yeah.
You just hear that string rattle against the fret.
Yeah, it's like, how loose is that fucking thing? It's like slapping around. Like,
You just see him like jump roping on stage.
yeah. Gang, gang,
I lost. Caleb was in the room when I was looking at videos of this dude from Korn, because like every fucking bassist in the world like worships at the guy from Korn's feet.
Yes.
And I watched his videos and figured out his technique in like a fucking second. Because it is the world's easiest thing to slap a bass if you detune the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Which is what he does. So all you have to do is kind of have some good rhythm in your hand, and that's it. It doesn't even matter what fucking note you hit because you can't hear it. So it's like...
Yeah, it's literally... If you can like make music on the table as you're bored, you can play the bass.
Like, I'd be a fucking awesome bassist.
The guy put his arm under his leg and's like, I could even play like this. And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, my God, this is a horrible interview. Like, this guy's like, yeah, I just suck. I just suck. And everyone loves it. I don't know. None of us are good. We're just here. It's new metal, so it's the thing.
I wonder how many bands start out that way. None of us are good. People just like it.
I've never been impressed by anyone except for maybe the drummer of Korn.
Yeah.
Like from their skill on their instrument.
Yeah, I mean,
and
the
I
lead
know,
singer's
I
awesome,
understand that that's like part of their thing is like we want to sound really bassy and really kind of sloppy, and like that's the thing with Korn.
Yeah.
But like I've never seen the guitarist just like, oh yeah, they played the Icon show for MTV for Metallica. They played one and they skipped the solos. Korn skipped the solos, and I'm like, I wonder why they skipped the solos.
Because they can't play them.
They
That's
probably
probably
can't
why.
fucking play them.
They skipped the solos.
They skipped the solos to one.
Like the best part.
Why?
Yes. One has like one of the world's most famous guitar solos at the end. They just skip all three of them. Yeah.
That's outrageous.
They should have called
It's also kind of a crappy cover because it's I'm the one in that.
They should have called it 3/4. That's what they should have called it instead of 1.
Oh man. But yeah, so I know you like his sound is cool.
Yeah.
But like it's not. I'm much more impressed with things that are difficult than things that sound good.
Yeah, no, and we all like Korn here, I think.
Yeah.
So, except for maybe Caleb. I don't know how Caleb feels.
I enjoy Korn.
So, it's fine. It's
The
just
food and the band.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Both with...
Why do we all think food as soon as we looked at Caleb?
I knew that's what you were thinking. That's why I had to clarify.
I was thinking creamed corn. I enjoy corn with a spoon.
Yeah. Corn.
Which, by the way, you could probably play like that bassist with a spoon. You could probably just take the spoon and hit the bass. As long as you're on beat, you're going to sound right.
Yeah. So yeah, this Rocksmith is great no matter what kind of guitar style you want to play, and it's cool to see with these songs the lead and the rhythm guitar. Like with Hangar 18, there's parts where it's Dave playing the lesser portion of the song, and there's parts where you just don't play because you're the lead. And it's right before the breakdown, I think, is when there's like a Dave solo, and then there's your solo. And you can hear Dave's playing. Yeah,
I even have
the disgusting solo.
I even have the Dave guitar.
That's Marty Friedman.
Yeah.
Solo. Jesus.
Yeah, that guy's sick. So yeah, it's cool to see that. It's cool to be able to break it down and be like, oh, I want to try the rhythm this time and see what's what.
It's fun to see, like, listen to a song like, this is a fucking sick part. I don't see how they do it, but then you realize it's two guitars, not one.
Yeah, that's also something you find. Yes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little recap here. There's no story in Rocksmith. It's not that type of game, so we're skipping that section. Gameplay, they both gave it 9s. Design, they both gave it 10s. Sound and music, they both gave it 9s. Replayability, they both gave it 9s. That gives them both 37 out of 40. And averaged out, that's 92.5 out of 100, and rounded up, that's 93 out of 100.
Third greatest game of all time, I do believe.
I do. I feel like it's more of the gimmick of the game, though. I think it's more like, oh, you can learn guitar by playing this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
so
and
the,
then we were
the
evaluating
function
it.
on top of the gameplay itself
is what makes it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it were just Guitar Hero, I mean, Guitar Hero is fun, but the function isn't there. So I think that's a good point to make.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a high score. It's an unusually high score, frankly. I don't think I would have scored it as high as you guys did. I would have probably docked it another point or two on the gameplay and on the design front. But otherwise, yeah, that's a big score for Rocksmith 2014. Hopefully, they make another one. I know that officially at GameStop, Rocksmith is one of the games that they destroy because not enough people are buying it. Except during the holiday season, I guess. The one guy at GameStop told me that. And so you have to get it on Amazon if you're going to get this game. So that's unfortunate. But hopefully someday that they make another one. I would like to see an update to this, and I would love to see a Metallica song.
Yeah.
Or AC/DC
I'd love to see Metallica
another classic rock group that may have been skipped over. Even though the songs on this, there's many great songs on this game. And unlike the first Rocksmith, most of them aren't covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most of them are the original thing, including Hangar 18, which reminds me, we have now. I know you guys haven't practiced that much. Let's just put that out there. You guys have hardly touched the game.
Oh my god!
Guitar in 60 days with Rocksmith.
Sorry. I pulled up Metacritic and it had a fucking ad. 82 for the PS4 version, by the way.
Okay.
92 for PS3.
Nice. Now I know it's been like 4 weeks since you guys have solidly practiced. In fact, probably even a little longer than that. But we just want to see whoever gets the higher percentage while playing Hangar 18 on Rocksmith. So guys, you're going to be listening to two very, I'm sure, botched versions of Hangar 18 in a row. And what's going to happen is that when one of you guys plays the game, the other person's going to leave the room. And then we're going to write down the score. We'll tell the listeners what the score is as well. And then the other person will come in. And then the first person will leave the room. And then we'll reveal who the winner is at the end.
This will be the first time I'm actually seeing Hangar 18. So
yeah, that sucks for you.
Whose fault is that?
That is entirely mine.
Yep.
It's all right though. You didn't practice anyway, so if you would have bought it, you would have just wasted the fucking money. So you saved money. You're smarter, and you still might win.
It's about money, yeah.
Okay,
all
played
right.
it like what, once, twice?
No, I played it a bunch of times.
Alphabetical by last name. Who goes first?
Me.
All right.
You don't want to do rock, paper, scissors or anything? It's just...
All right, Schweiss. Let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is It is time.
Stop it.
In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to put this other microphone in front of you, Schweiss. Okay. So if you wish to comment upon your song playing, you may. You got the little mic there for you. You might have to yell a little bit though. So Ladies and gentlemen, Hangar 18 from the 1989 or 1990, I'm not sure, album Rust in Peace by Megadeth. One of the greatest metal albums ever. And we shall be playing one of the best songs off of that album.
Yeah, this is the song that really got me into Megadeth, so this one's a big hitter for me. It's one of my favorites. In fact, it's probably my favorite Megadeth song.
Really?
Incredible. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's all about those chords that I can't play.
Well, don't spoil it now.
Yeah.
But this is a 6-minute song, so we might have some commentary. We might talk over it. Who knows? But we will give you at least a good minute or so of the taste of Caleb playing along with Hangar 18. Schweiss, I'm pressing the X button on resume song. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cam is upstairs, so he can't see any of this.
No, he cannot.
We don't want him to see the score yet.
Well, considering that sound that I'm hearing right now, I think things might be looking up for Cameron.
Oh, yeah?
All right, Caleb, so you were talking earlier to me about how you had some news that you might have wanted to share with the Nude Clan.
Oh, yes. So starting September 1st, Sony is raising the PlayStation Plus subscription for the yearly and the 3 months thing up a little bit. For the year, I don't remember what it was for the 3 months, but for the year, it's another $10, so it'll be $60 a year. So they speculate that the reason for this is that Sony is going to try to add more AAA titles for the PlayStation Plus free games on a monthly subscription.
Is that... Okay, so Sony doesn't actually have a reason. They're just upping the price.
They're just upping the price. They haven't given any reason for it.
I have a reason. You know what it is?
What is it?
To make more money.
Yeah, that would be a good reason. But the speculation is mostly for the AAA titles. And, you know, $60 a year isn't really that bad, but people are kind of freaking out about it. Like, a bunch of people are mad saying, like, is this really justified? I'm like, you know, they can charge whatever the fuck they want. I mean, they're giving you free games every month. And then, you know, it's ridiculous to even argue.
It's just so ungrateful.
Exactly. I mean, you get free games. You're only, like, what is that, like 3 cents a month? Like, to add the, like, or not 3 cents. It's just, like, for the year, though.
It's definitely not 3 cents.
No, it's not, but, like, that's $60 for a year is definitely not bad.
Well, I don't pay for PlayStation.
No, you don't.
Plus,
you don't.
So I don't give a fuck. And none of the online games that I have require it.
That's $5 a month is what that is.
Yeah, people don't like price hikes, though, man. There's no arguing with it. You can't be like, I'm sorry, guys. It's just...
Yeah, did you hear about the one that Netflix is going to have?
No.
Yeah, Netflix is going up to, I think it was $11.99.
That's still not bad.
It's not bad, but people are getting really pissed off about
how much people use Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally use Hulu more for the Criterion.
I think I do too,
and for the South Park. But at one point, I was using Netflix a lot. But you know what Netflix did that pisses me off? They, like, got rid of their classic movies.
They did, yeah.
It's now it's almost all TV and then some newer movies at like the B level.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? And Hulu's movie selection
is fantastic
for classic films, and it's mostly like foreign classic films, not really Hollywood classic films.
Yeah.
So neither of them are great on that front. But Hulu's classic films, because of the Criterion collection, it's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so all that guitar that you're hearing, most of that is not Schweiss.
No, that's the game itself that he's playing along with.
Gang, 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 gang. Oh, man. That's some good soloing right there.
Oh, no, yeah.
I love this fucking song.
I cannot wait until I hear Cam's version.
I can't wait either. for those who've only ever heard my Megadeth impersonations, this is a real Megadeth song. This is a real one. I want you to know.
What are you talking about, impersonations?
Oh, I mean, when Dave comes on to Ultima Final Fantasy and plays his song.
He lowers the quality just a little bit.
Well, yeah, he's got to record them at home. I mean, they don't really, they don't clear the rights or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Just kind of does them on the fly.
And Caleb tries his darndest to hit the many, many notes that are being played.
He's got laser focus right now.
He does. I think we're reaching the end of the song.
Oh, God.
All right, Schweiss. Schweiss, what was the score?
Oh. Bad performance. Well, it's bad. That's 46.3.
46.3% of the song. Caleb was able to fake Rocksmith out up to 46.3%.
Wow.
Let's
I feel like I probably hit him.
Let's get Cameron down here and see what he can do.
I probably hit that many, but it's not to be... It's still a bad performance.
No, we heard it. It was...
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get Cameron down here. Caleb, feel free to get on the mic. Just don't make it clear how well or how badly you did. All right. So now Cameron is sitting down. He has his guitar in hand. He does not know Caleb's score, and he is ready to start some Megadeth Hangar 18.
You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to learn how to play this song and then just stop playing guitar. Like, I'll just be like, this is all I need.
I think you'll probably be like addicted at that point.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'll have no turning back.
Yeah.
All right.
I would be very impressed if you decide. Well, you'll stop. I will be very impressed if that is in fact what happens. All right. So, Cameron, are you ready?
I am as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, he just said I am as ready as I'll ever be. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
So as far as the news you guys were talking about earlier, price hikes are never fun, right?
No.
As far as stuff goes. But I don't agree with Caleb's assessment of you're getting free games. We're not getting free games. We're paying for these games. That's part of Plus.
Well,
I'm okay with them raising it, though, because we're going to get more AAA titles, supposedly, if that's what the reasoning is.
Yeah, it's part of Plus, but the idea for Plus is to have a better internet connectivity, like how Xbox had in the last generation. You know, how PS3 had the free one, and it was not
shit.
it wasn't as good as like the 360s with Xbox Live.
Like it
and
works, but
that is one of the reasons for it. And you're right, it is part of PlayStation Plus, but they're essentially free games. If you're only paying $5 a month for the internet connection to do things on the PlayStation 4, and then you're getting games on top of that every single month, you know, you can look at it as a free game, or at least 2 games for $5 a month. I mean, that's not bad, especially if you have all the systems that they're going on. Then that's 6 games you get every single month.
It's not bad, but it's still not free.
Whatever.
But I'm okay with them raising it. I mean, it's never fun. It's never enjoyable to pay more. But if the experience improves, then I don't care.
I do wonder, what's the incentive for the companies, for the game makers that allow their games to be put up for free on the PlayStation Store? Do they get any kickback for that, or are they just trying to get brand awareness, or what are they doing?
I'm not sure what the contracts would look like
I think
for that.
for some of the games, they do release it for kind of for like hype. There are some games that they released with PlayStation Plus that were free, like at their launch, like Rocket League, that big game where you play soccer with the rocket cars or whatever. That game was launched alongside PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, the game they
free
off
game.
of Dead Rising 2?
No, they had apparently they had a game before that, and that one's a sequel to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played Rocket League. I own it though, but yeah, it's a good way for indie developers to get their games out there. Like Broforce is one of the free ones. PlayStation is notoriously infamous in my eyes for only having fucking indie games, and that's something I hope they change, because I want a full game. I want a AAA title. Like if I'm going to play something, I want to play Medal of Honor like on PS3, or Dragon Age is one of the ones on PS3. Like the PS3 games are
they do,
miles above the PS4.
They do offer some good ones for PS3, and then maybe why they don't offer as much for PS4. And then with PS4, they did offer the NBA 2K16, but even with that, like those games go down in value really quickly and become less because they always release like another game every single year.
Yeah, and they start pulling online.
Yeah, and NBA 2017 is coming out soon, so it's like, well,
so the other one drops automatically.
Yeah, so the other one will drop soon anyway. I mean, so it's like, we're gonna offer you a game that's gonna like not make us as much money anymore. So
yeah,
all right. So, real quick, guys, you can find us at nudeclan.net. You can support the show through clicking through the Amazon link or giving us a PayPal donation. I just sneezed all over Caleb.
Yes, you did.
And I am so sorry.
You should be.
Oh, God. Hopefully that didn't screw Cameron up anymore. You can go to twitch.tv/NudeClanGaming, see us play the games live. You can go to facebook.com/NudeClanPodcast, that's Nude spelled NEWD. You can tweet me at Joseph Gillier.
Me at Obsidian Ba.
Cameron at NudeClanCam, and me at UFF Podcast.
All right, so we're getting to the end of this song right now, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
By the way, one more thing. You can actually give us a call if you want. Leave us a message at 385-204-3921. That's 385-204-3921. All right.
Yeah. There also is a contact page on our website where you can go to ask us questions. You don't have to join the forums for that.
Don't have to, but it is preferred.
Yeah, and then you can also tweet us and ask us a question, which we may read live on the show.
Yeah, and check out our blogs too. We've been doing a decent amount of posts, most of us. And we got some interesting stuff. Joe's got all of his backlog shit.
Shit.
And we do some articles here and there.
I don't have all of my backlog shit. I think there's still 5 more things I need to put up.
All right.
Okay. All right. Right before we end the show, Cameron, what'd you get?
A 28%.
Bad performance.
Ooh.
Cameron got a 28%. Caleb, what was your percentage again?
43 somehow.
43%.
I thought it was 46.
Oh, it's 46 point something. Yeah. You're right. 46 against.
Well, what does the game say? Because it'll be the highest on the game.
46%.
Oh, I guess it was 46.
Yeah, it's 46.
Aha.
So Cameron. Caleb has beat Cameron by a landslide for Hangar 18 by Megadeth, for Rocksmith 2014. How do you feel, Cameron?
Well, that was...
Oh, my God.
Behold
KK was
the
a little
voice. That was my first time actually really seeing how it looks. So,
So what do you have to say for yourself?
I should have practiced. I mean, 28%, and all I was trying to do was hang in there, Hangar 18. Trying to hit some notes.
All right, Caleb Schweiss, you got the Oscar for the Rocksmith 2014 performance.
Well, first off, I want to thank all my fans. Without you guys, I would have never gotten to this point, to this great 46.2% goal high in the sky here.
Oh, man.
Without you guys' support, I would have never made it. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank my family for the first part of my life. It was good. The last bit, no. And all of you guys, it's been a pleasure. Honestly, this song is a bitch, and it's sick. And I think Cameron's percentage wasn't bad, considering he's never played it before today, and 46 might sound like a good percentage, but it's really
No, they heard it.
very,
They heard it.
very poor.
Oh yeah, they know.
Very poor.
All right. Well, sorry. Are you going to say one more thing?
No, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to be it for Nude Clan, guys. We'll see you next week.
Enjoy the nude.
Live always in the nude.
Wait. Cameron wants to say it.
May the list go on.
Fuck off.
Yeah!